Okay, start that over.
Okay, call to order. Scott Breyer, Select Board.
Dave Gallant, Select Board.
Bill Marquette, Select Board.
Matt Maxwell, Town Administrator.
Christopher Roy, Newport Daily Express.
Dory McHale,
Okay, Deb, go ahead.
Deb Tangway, Town Clerk, Town Bookkeeper.
Nathan Barlow, Town Treasurer.
Okay.
Over.
So changes and deletions, we gotta approve the minutes and the warrants. Under other business and Bill. Should say you had some
North Star fireworks pre-buy.
North Star fireworks, and David, you had one thing.
Yeah, mine's related to this year's budget.
Okay. Gotcha.
That would be under budget presentation, right?
It's fiscal year 23, not fiscal year 24 stuff, but it could be.
Yeah.
Over.
Public comment? Guys, anything?
Just once the address is supposed to change and really our mailboxes are on
There, yeah,
Webster Road.
that will be fine. The post office will.
So, okay, where our mailboxes are on Webster Road.
Yeah.
Our houses are
Yeah.
on this new road you wanna name.
Yeah, so that's the post office, that they'll want the mailboxes there. So there's
Right.
multiple roads in town that they put them at the foot of the
Right.
road.
So, do we have to change our number on the
We'll
mailboxes?
talk about that after,
Okay,
because, yeah,
I'm just wondering about that.
yeah, the number will be different on the mailbox. It'll be your number, but, yeah, I'll talk, we can talk after.
And still we haven't, but
I'll explain it with,
Man, do you have any more pens up here?
it's how the post office
This
does,
one's
will do
pretty-
it.
right, I understand that. But what I'm saying, you keep saying our address is gonna change
Yes,
and it hasn't, and this is the first of the year.
yes. So as far as that goes, as the addresses, I'm waiting to hear back from the state. I've
Okay,
submitted it to the
okay.
state. I'm waiting to hear back from them.
I understand it,
Yes.
okay.
So the numbers will be changing. The mailboxes will end up staying there because the post office usually likes to keep them there.
Yeah,
So what
they
they
like
thought.
to keep them,
And then numbers, actual numbers, the green signs, you'll put up at your house driveway.
okay. My next question. If we needed to move our mailboxes to have our mail come to an end of our road.
You shouldn't have to, because that'll be,
No, we shouldn't,
that's,
but if we wanted to, then,
so that is not gonna be, actually won't be up to any of us. That's gonna be up to the post office.
right.
And I'll tell you right now, the post office won't go up, isn't gonna go up your road, not because of the condition of it, just because it's how they run their route.
Okay,
Yeah, because we just did the Bones Road up on the Alderbrook Road, and they said, no, we're gonna have you put it down to Alderbrook, the corner of Alderbrook Road and Bones Road, because they aren't gonna run their route up that road.
okay,
It's how they do their route.
all right,
So, and they won't change. If that's where your mailbox has been, they aren't gonna change it. I'll tell you that right now.
well, no, that's where everybody else's was.
Yeah.
Bowens.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I figured, that's where I gotta put mine.
Yeah, yours will end up going, oh yeah, because there's gonna be another one at it. Yeah, yours, they'll end up having you put it down there with that.
Another question I have for you. Yeah. Okay. You're saying 911 changes. What's wrong with our old addresses? The way they are,
The measurements don't line up. So 911 addresses are based on measurements from the corner of particular roads.
okay. Well, whose does it measure up?
All of them on that road.
Who set it up?
That was done way before E911 went through their updates and started changing how they were doing things.
Cause
So there's
why
numbers right
I
there.
asked that? my neighbor John, he's not a resident. I don't know, he has the same,
He's at 634. His address is in the map at 634.
right,
Yeah.
and so is it mine.
But yours was never assigned. I don't know where, and I don't, that's what
That
comes
was Coventry doing,
that I can't tell you.
that was Coventry doing, yeah. And my tax bills,
Well,
634.
and that's part of all this. argument.
And John's taxes.
No,
Oh, okay. I just said.
no. There's a mailing address and a physical address on the
Correct.
taxes. Yours probably doesn't have any address assigned to the physical side of that. There's also a 901. I'd have to look at
You
the,
know,
that's something else. We can look at that separately and.
when I bought the property and then I called the town clerks, that's what they gave me.
Yeah.
And then John tells me he has the same address.
Yeah.
I says, how could you?
There's things like that we're finding on the grand list. Over like years.
Huh?
Years back.
You're not getting up to date.
It's slowly getting there. It's a lot. Okay. We can talk more. after.
Budget presentation and discussion. You should all have a budget in front of you. Bill, how do I get mine up on the screen here?
Go, where is yours open?
It's on the desktop.
Okay, go open it first. Draft budget 24 yet.
I got your link, can we add the Coventry Fall Festival to the budget without a solid number?
I put you in for 30,000, Carrie.
Okay,
Yeah.
Is that? I
that
think-
should be good,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you.
I found the numbers she was missing too, so.
I just based on what you had the last couple of years and
Yeah, and we've got
Good luck.
some stuff.
right, what I saw in the email, but I put you in at 30 grand. If you guys think it, you can just change it, let me know.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
I'll give you those ones she was missing.
Okay. Now what do I do? Well,
Okay, go back to Zoom, down on the bottom. That one, no, the other one. Oh, that's what's there, here. Oh. You see it, Deb? You can't see the spreadsheet? Okay, yeah, you just gotta have slow internet.
Okay, so the road portion is pretty much taken care of. I don't know if you guys want to have anything to, if you want to add to that. Me and Dave went through those numbers last week.
Actually, I just threw a lot of those numbers in is what I was seeing. I wasn't sure if David was done on his, I was kind of thrown off a little bit.
Should we just go down through every line?
We're gonna go, yeah, I want to go down through every line. So you can see if we're going to start with the first one here, it's delinquent taxes. Okay, I put in, me and David Barlow have put in numbers for everything in this first part right up here, up to this.
Okay, so this isn't.
Up to miscellaneous. The only thing that I didn't have in here is fire district support. I didn't know if you guys wanted to put a number in there for this year or not. There was nothing in there for last year.
That's because there was no contract.
And we've spent exactly $150 supporting them so far this year.
What was that on?
No idea.
Postage?
No, that's revenue, so they've paid us.
So we've got, okay, do we have a contract with them still? I didn't
We
think,
have an agreement, I guess, so you call it.
oh, okay. Oh, this is in revenue.
This is in revenue.
Yep.
So do you want to put a number in there?
Should we put $150? Do you think we're gonna spend that again?
No, it's they rent.
That 150 is
Oh,
revenue.
All right.
They're renting the community center for meetings and
Yeah,
So we have one per
What do
month
we,
times
So
$30. So 30 times 12, you could put 360 if you wanted to, for anticipated income.
let's just do that.
360 it is. Okay, going on down to revenues under state sources. I've got everything there except for miscellaneous.
Yeah, so typically we're gonna use miscellaneous as a catch-all for things that just happen that we don't know about. So sometimes it's zero, there's nothing this year. Sometimes they do come up with something. The miscellaneous category is a little more important on the local revenue side, but the state does occasionally surprise us with things as well. But you can't really, might be $100, $200. I don't think it's really worth getting too excited about.
Okay,
Guys, want me to put a couple hundred in there?
sure.
Okay, going down to the expenditures. I've got the town clerk, the assistant clerk. Seems like I do have town treasurer, David. I don't know why I don't have that number there. You must have given-
Oh, I'm waiting for the determination of the cost of living adjustment, if any.
So right there, wouldn't it be best if we just paused right there and then created a number for all the employees, less Matt? I mean, you've already had a hiring agreement, is that correct? Just for the sake of budgeting. Like I see Deb's up 15.5%. I think I put John in at 6%, so we're all over the place. I wonder if we just want to put one number in for. Would that make it easier or more difficult?
For me, doesn't make a bit of
It
difference.
should be the same across the board, shouldn't it?
Well, you think in terms of some certain special qualifications might merit
Right.
additional money, but in terms of, I'm just talking about a cost of living adjustment. Would be normally the same across the board.
Because I got mine up higher because I have my CMC I'm just waiting for my final verification from IMC. So that'll be in addition to my CVC that I just received.
We had agreed to the increased, I don't remember what it was they agreed on, but once you got
The
that.
ABC of the CBDF of the
Yes.
FFAC. You,
XYZ, BDQ.
yeah.
So was that attained? I mean, were you paid for that training? You were reimbursed for all that training, right?
Some of it was reimbursed, some of it is my own.
So I think I said this last year, I don't agree with that being a budgeting tool. Because then you're paying percentages on it down the road. And of course, we want people qualified and we want them trained. But it doesn't seem like, to me, an actual budgeting, a way to do budgeting. You know what I mean? Am I wrong in that?
Budgeting or actual pay, because you're
Pay.
thinking not actually doing a
Pay,
pay
'cause
increase for it.
If you're throwing an increase based on this training costs this much.
Well, it's a certification, is that what you got?
Yeah.
And I don't think the increase was based on what that certification cost. It was based on the
Okay.
certification of.
So I
what
keep
she-
getting lost on that. I feel like we're paying for the education, then paying the raises.
No,
based on
that raise was because she
Because of
has
the
a certification and is able to bring more to the table from a knowledge standpoint.
Okay.
I don't remember what we had come up with at that point in time, but I'm assuming it's that number.
I'm sure we have that number. We can find out.
Yeah.
I'm sure Deb knows what the number was that we
Yeah,
approved.
Yeah, because that did come up at a meeting and we approved a certain amount, right?
I don't know if that actually was, to be honest, or if it was, I don't know if I was at that meeting.
So I guess I do see where Dave is coming from, how we came up with that number. Like, how did that number come to fruition based on the certification and the knowledge?
See, like,
Did that number come from you, Deb?
That number came from me that I ended up putting in my budget based on obtaining the certified Vermont clerk certification. And
Okay.
then I'm gonna be having the certified municipal clerk certification. And then actually, I believe this summer I should be receiving the advanced clerk certification as well.
So how did you come to that number then, from what other towns are doing with that?
Correct.
certification?
Yeah, from other town clerks.
So it's matching other clerks that have that.
And we have.
That's how the other clerks go about doing it.
We have VLCT's salary report. They survey all the towns every year. We have that available as well.
Okay,
Sometimes it's an apples to oranges kind of thing, but it's useful.
Yeah.
so that kind of throws out my idea of doing an across the board pay raise.
Well, I think.
Well,
I
so
think
that
for
would be-
everybody else that the pay is just due to not any improvements, but just to the cost of living.
The way this could be is that you got your cost of living percentage. This would have to be broken out more to see if the number matches. You have your normal base pay. And then you have your pay based on what you have for certifications on top of that. So you have, so like. There's, my wife had it, there was a base pay, but then there was a additional location cost. So you had the base pay that you get your percentage on, and then you have a location pay of where you're at working. That doesn't get the cost of living increases on it. It's just the certification pay. Does that 26,000 include the cost of living that
Yeah.
you're thinking about?
Yeah,
So in theory, like, what's the cost of living percentage we're talking about, 3%?
actually going around on the listserv, they actually have it up at like 8.3, 8.6%.
8.7 is the
8.7.
was the Social Security raise this year, the cost of living adjustment, Social Security, and other government pensioners like myself,
So you have
and like most of our voters who collect Social Security, who just got an 8.7% raise.
for the certification, which I wouldn't really look at it as a percentage, it's just the certification. What you get as your certificate, having your certification. Make sense? Maybe I'm not making sense.
I guess,
I understand what you're saying.
I guess it just doesn't really change my mind, but I'm good with it.
Okay, that's good. Let's move on then.
Okay.
Town treasurer is missing a number.
Town treasurer is missing a number. David's gonna get that to me. Select board, is that changing or is that staying at 3,500?
I think we're overpaid.
You sure? I'm good with it.
I'm fine.
So if I could pop in here, I'd recommend that if you're going to do a cost of living adjustment, that it apply to everybody.
So
But
you
it's-
want,
but it's-
Dave,
but
David, you want me to just
stipends.
wait on those numbers then, on all these salary numbers until you tell me?
Yeah, I've got them in the salary or worksheet that we have to do every year.
Okay,
So
we'll do the salary.
question on that though, and this is your guys's thought on opinion too, is should stipends get a cost of living increase percentage? I don't feel.
I don't think so.
They should.
I don't think stipends are either. But I mean, I think we should stay in realm with whatever the
Yeah.
other towns are doing. Like, I don't think we should be half pay of another town, but I don't think we should be 50% more either. So maybe you could do some research and see what the stipend positions are paying across the board. I mean, VLCT must have a
Base.
standard.
Yeah,
Well,
you
like I
can-
said, we've got the survey. It's sitting down on the table in the clerk's office.
Yeah, so, okay,
So David, is everything in this little block here gonna be subject to cost of living increases?
Well, that's up to the board, but if you want, if you want to hand me, well, I don't have that computer on. I could join with my other machine and project what I have for 2024 wage and salary approval with, I put in 8.7% just because it was to me, a defendable number. If you want to see it right now, we could do it that way.
No, we don't, I don't need to see it right now.
I don't need to see it.
yeah, I think we can wait for the next, because we were gonna approve tonight, we we're just gonna.
I mean, it's not major money in terms of what it adds to the budget, so.
Right. Okay, let's move on down to administration then. Audit services, the first one there. Been 10,000 for the last 2 years.
Yeah, so
Or-
we had agreed earlier that we would re-advertise the auditors this year. We've had Pace and Holly now for 5 years. So I guess I'm a little bit skeptical that we're going to do it for under 10,000, but I don't really know for sure. So I think maybe you stick with that number, realizing you might have to adjust it upwards depending on what we get for responses.
Want me to go 12?
Or if we just, like, how much more upwards would you think? Like,
Yeah, 12 to 15 would be, I don't have a basis for it other than inflation. My concern with actually publishing a bigger number is
Somebody,
that's the response you're gonna get, right? These are accountants, they know they need to look into what the budget is.
Let's leave it. If we put 15, it's gonna cost 15.
yeah,
Investment advisor
I see.
was 16,022 and went down to 13,000 last year.
And what has he proposed?
Investment advisor.
John is,
I don't think, he hasn't said
He
anything
never
about,
Gives us a number. He didn't give me a number.
But was last year down because he ended up discounting his service fee for not traveling up here because of COVID?
I think so.
yeah,
So we
Yeah, he's-
technically would have still paid 16, but because he gave us those discounted months.
but because of Zoom now,
Actually-
we don't
actually,
ever
he
need
went-
him to come here, really.
No,
Actually, I believe he went to, did he go to an hourly rate?
well, no, not really. It's a quarterly, he
Yeah.
bills us
assessment.
quarterly.
On to 13.
as I stay with it.
13.
So we're at 11,000 halfway through the year.
Yeah, something doesn't quite seem right with that unless he's billed us already for third quarter. I'm just trying to pull up his bill here.
Yeah, because it'd be like 3,000, 3,300 a quarter, so he's slightly over.
I thought he was at 18, to be truthful with you.
Yeah, no, 16.
Legal
He's
service.
been, the non-discount price is 3,000 per quarter or 12,000 a year.
Yeah.
He has not mentioned raising that at all.
So you must have thrown in third quarter, the third already.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that number. I want to check on it.
Because the column as of 6/30/22 is actually low as well. So I'm wondering if it's just the timing of him receiving his
Yeah.
sending his invoices and them getting paid for which fiscal year they're hitting.
13,000.
Okay, legal services.
Well, that could be more this year, but I'm thinking it probably comes out of, that would come out of a
The
different,
reserve.
yeah,
Reappraisal.
reappraisal funds. So
Keep it at 15.
I think so.
DTS legal services. I don't even know what that is.
Delinquent tax collectors.
So that's coming from him too, but
Yeah,
pretty even on that.
probably leave that the same too.
Okay, then the next one, litigation support, we haven't, there's nothing, hasn't been anything on there.
Yeah, that covers the odd lawsuit where they sue us for broken windshields and that kind of thing.
Okay,
Flipping on the grass. Tripping over the treasurer's computer, that kind of thing.
We don't have any money for that, so let's leave it at 0.
okay. Office equipment repairs.
I don't know why he put that up to that. I questioned that when we did that last time.
We
but-
budgeted 3,000 last year.
1,000.
Yeah,
Is that where the cost of new computers would come out of?
no,
Not typically.
no.
Office postage.
Oh, IT. Oh, office equipment. Okay.
4.
Yeah,
Office, internet, and telephone.
that's up higher, isn't it?
Hmm.
Is it because we have to keep 2? Didn't we change something, but we had to keep paying for 2? and two
No, you've got
contract
the 14 garage and you got here. But that should have gone down, but
Seems pretty high.
because I shaved $100 off of the bill last year.
per month?
I think so.
35.
Yeah, I think we want to look at that.
Can
Because
we-
even the actual for 630 doesn't look right.
It's all.
Is that when we were still receiving the credit?
No, because that credit hasn't been received for a while.
Okay,
No, because the credit, the garage was getting, actually, is it still getting free? No, it's not. And then we changed the one here, recontracted the one here, but there was no actual credits, at least not that much,
I haven't seen any credits.
not that much.
Oh, wait,
So I know we questioned if these actuals are true oh wait, no, these are actual new actuals, aren't they?
mhm.
Yeah,
those are-
so they should be right.
Um,
That doesn't look right.
330,
I'm
200.
looking at the actuals right now in Nemrick and they're not matching up.
Yeah.
All right, just want to put a question mark there and we'll get some real numbers. We'll see if we got our credits. Maybe we can look at the
No,
bill.
I'm thinking the actuals aren't listed right on here. Is that what you're saying, David?
Yeah, for example, the investment advisor, we've paid 6,000 this year, which makes sense. He's 3,000 a quarter. Not 11,100, which doesn't. This doesn't make sense. So
We went through this last year too.
Mhm.
Started questioning the actuals.
yeah, we'll have a meeting of the minds tomorrow on actuals. How's that?
Okay.
So we're putting in a number for office telephone internet.
I think 3,000. Good, we can revisit that once we see the actuals.
Office advertising.
Yeah, tell me which one that is. Office telephone internet. The actuals on office telephone internet this year are 1,076.
Yeah, so that's,
1,076.
so 3,000 should be plenty because you're halfway through the year.
Yeah,
Office advertising.
3,000,
The actuals 277.
277.
Yeah.
thousand.
what would the, oh yeah, no, that won't matter for this one.
Wow.
Which one?
I didn't think Ned worked here anymore.
He's back. He's hacked the computer. Good Lord.
What did I just do?
All right, so we'll put it
Advertising.
1,000
So
here.
down. Right there,
Right here, office.
1,000.
1,000. Okay, town report.
Did we get quotes? We did, oh wait, we have a 2
We
year.
signed it.
2 year or 3 year?
We're in a contract.
Unless it got messed up because he did it
Repro.
with it. Unless
Oh
he
wait,
jinxed
has
us.
that been verified that it's been? What? Oh. You need to call Repro.
What?
I'll explain after.
I talk to her every day. She would have told
Did you
me.
change the,
The contract was changed last year to black and white.
No, it's full color.
okay,
Okay.
He just decided to make
Yeah,
it.
no, I told her full color.
Yeah.
Okay.
so we're good at what number?
Oh, yeah, they're well aware that.
Okay.
So we're
They're
good
well aware you guys were happy.
All right, so 6,500 is still good.
Oh, I'm gonna take care of that.
6,500, okay?
Is that still good? That's.
Yeah,
they
was it?
giving you a cost?
We locked it in for 3 years. I'm
Yeah, it's a 3 years. I think this is the last year of it. Office supplies.
That looks like it's gone up. If the actual's right at
Well,
26.
What's the actuals, David?
$244.14.
I was gonna say, because I don't believe we spent that much.
Yeah, we haven't spent much at all on that.
No,
Actually,
It's not to say that we won't before the end of the fiscal year, but
1,000.
Maybe make it 1,500.
Okay,
15 for
1,500.
office supplies.
why don't you stay right there with your actuals as we go down through, Dave?
yeah.
Office, Nemrick and IT support.
That one's actually pretty close, 74.72.
74, 72. Okay, and what do you guys want to do for 24?
Stick at the 85s, been 85.
Yeah,
Yeah, that needs to stay where it is.
I would.
Yeah,
Office equipment and furniture.
653 on the actual.
53. And there's somebody put 5,000 in there. I don't know
what do we need?
where that number came from, but it's in there.
I think it can. It was 1,000, 2,000, I think it'd stay at.
If this is where we pay for computers,
Mhm.
we're at the, we're like 6 or 7 years into the laptops and all that we bought back in 2017. So we want to life cycle stuff. This is where we need to start.
They're going about 1,200 right now
Each and,
on laptops.
and we need 3.
On laptops. Actually, desktops are about the same.
Well, we need 1 laptop and 3 desktops? 4 desktops? Do you want to just do 1 a year?
I think that's more important than desktops. You can kind of push along and upgrade. Laptops are a little easier to, not as easy to do that with.
Yeah, I think if we program 2 a year, we'll be in the
Mhm.
zone.
$3,000.
All right, I think, yeah, 3,000.
3,000.
Okay.
Okay. Office, internet, and websites.
That
743.
743.
Alpine Web.
Probably leave it right where it is then, right?
So this is office internet and website.
Office.
Yeah.
Office, internet, and website.
So
So leave it at 15.
what's going into that? Just the website then, isn't it? Oh, website and email.
And
Emails.
emails.
Yeah, it's $74 a whack or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Well, the
7188.
the website's $360 a month, a year.
Address per person. So we got
Do you remember how many emails we have?
There's probably got, we probably got 15.
I could log in quick and find it, but
Yeah, say probably 15 times 7188. So you got about 1,078 for email addresses.
1,400.
What about the Office 365?
That'll, they're about the same cost as what we're doing now. That's why I was supposed to jump on trying to get that converted over, but you go a little higher with it.
2,000.
But that'll also include, if once we move over to 365, that'll include the Office suite. So you don't have to purchase that with your computers.
4,500.
But you have to buy new stuff when you buy new laptops. You can't just
Yeah.
use the old one.
The software? No, you can use the old. But we were gonna move from GoDaddy email to, well, it's still 365, but go to the actual 365 subscription.
Office dues and fees.
So what did we raise that one to?
2012.
25.
2,500.
Okay,
Office dues and fees.
2991.
2991.
I'm
Is
trying to think what we have not received thus far. You may be able to bump that down, maybe 3,500 or
3,500.
4,000 max.
I think we should go to 3,800.
Okay.
Okay. Office seminars and mileage.
1754.
1750. And
we have-
3165
was put in there. Did that, I don't know, did that much come from you, Deb?
That came from me, but that's just mine. So you would want to actually include like yours, David's, anybody else who may have some on top of that.
I usually do the conferences, but I haven't been filling the town because
You wanna go to,
I don't want to learn anything new.
we wanna go, what, 5,000 on that?
I would say 5. It was supposed to have been higher last year and it wasn't changed.
Okay. Office gift and donation.
150 is good.
245.
Okay. 150 is good, you say, Deb?
Yeah,
Meals and event hosting,
122.
Yeah. I would keep that as,
Do we, if someone is, if there's a death and we help feed somebody or anything like that, does it come out of this account?
it does come out of that, but also like for my elections as well. 400 actually does work because for that coming year,
There's an election. No,
it's
there's not.
just gonna be one election and that's gonna be out.
So 400 is good,
Yeah,
okay?
okay, restoration and preservation.
that we need to have at, 1,500 is good. That's the minimum that we need to have placed within there.
And we
That's
spent,
for the vault records.
Oh, we spent. Well, we did the books separately when we fixed in the books, that was.
Yeah. Yeah. This is actually a state regulation to have this within the budget, or every single time we get paid for the recording fees, we have to take out $4 each time.
all right.
Because of COVID, we'll be back getting into the restoration and preservation.
Office miscellaneous,
10.
$10.
Want to
But
drop
you
it
can
down,
always have something,
want to make it 500,
Okay,
sure.
okay?
all right. Now, next is the assessor's office. These numbers were provided by Matt Krajewski.
They didn't change. Well, okay. Contract service went up 600.
David, let me know if any of these actual numbers are wrong.
Yeah, the actual is 6,500.
For the contracted services,
Correct.
and then assessor's office wages,
0 for salary. Office wages is 5212.
okay, and then there's no number in there for 24 for, do we,
That falls, I think, in the same category of, does it get the COLA? What's that gonna be? That kind of
So-
thing.
Where you at? here?
So question,
Right
next
here.
page.
we're under assessor's office.
Right there.
Yeah,
David,
right here, so
Under
he's trying to
wages.
fill in this number, he's
So the
somewhere here, right here,
assessing-
5212 is what?
So,
Assessing clerk's service, their salary, does that need to stay there?
Yeah, David, where'd that 11,000 come from on the,
So we could just drop that line because she's now, that position's now an hourly employee,
she's what?
hourly.
It's down to the office wages, so that's
That one comes-
essentially dropped down to the.
So that
office
line's
wages.
going away, cross that off.
okay, so what is that? Assessing
What do you mean
clerk
it's-
salary line is.
This
being
one's
deleted.
gone off because that's a salary line item. This, it moved down into the office wages.
So what does that mean?
So this is, she gets paid by the hour right now, so we're not,
Salary.
this was from before when we used to have a salaried position, now it's hourly. And this is what's in here, but this is what we
So
actually spent.
what's that budget turn out to be with the wage currently?
Uh,
And it's 5212 so far,
Yep,
So 10,
so it's gonna
so it's
be,
11 still.
it's gonna be 10, yeah, 10.
Because the wage didn't
590. It's gonna
change, so
be
that
just
11
Right.
you're looking at about 10,500
So I guess I don't understand why we've
for
gone away
this
from
year.
clerk salary to assessor office.
Because it went
wage.
to an hourly position instead of a
Oh,
salary.
okay,
position.
salary.
Yeah.
All right, so have we put in the proper raise for
He'll end up
that,
working on that.
for that hourly number?
Okay,
That'll be part of your wage.
No, we
thing
hold on
to do
to that,
today, right?
Yeah, it'll be on my wage salary report. Again, subject, that's what you guys look at and approve,
assessing clerk,
not.
assessing clerk retirement, that one's completely blank. Can I delete that one too?
Yeah, that's associated with more than 24 hours or more of
Okay,
work. per
I'm gonna delete assessing clerk
Hmm.
retirement. All right, next one, assessing clerk FICA, they've pretty much got the rest of this all filled in. I just don't have any of the actual spending.
FICA is 337,
Yep,
so that's probably right, at 810 halfway through.
education is 0. Postage is $3.40. Supplies is 0, equipment 0. Software is 750. I'm sorry, software is 1,700.
So that's under dues and fees,
Is that under dues and fees?
Um,
or is that split up between tax mapping
Is
and?
that for that tax mapping and GIS mapping?
No, actually, you don't have that line on here. There's a software line for assessor's office.
Do you want me to add it?
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm adding a software. Add software. And what's
and I think that was to cover Patriot, if I remember right, Patriot software licensing.
Patriot software?
You have a number for that, 100 dash whatever.
Yeah, 100-10-2200-735.
Okay. 10-2200-735. Is there anything under assessor's office dues and fees?
No actual spending.
Okay, and we don't worry about putting any.
Can you guys clean that up on tomorrow? Just clean up all these lines that we don't need. If we're not using them, just clean them up and just put a miscellaneous of $500 and get rid of 10 lines. Get rid of them all.
We don't need on there.
Hmm.
So my other thought on the assessor's contracted services. We've been talking, that contract runs out on the 30th of June. We continually keep kicking the can down. Do we want to put out an RFP on that?
Have to, don't we?
Would it, and also would it benefit us? Given our CLAs dropped from, I think it's 131 down to 90 in the last 3 years. Would it benefit us anyway in going back into a 3-year contract? In case we got hit with another reappraisal before we finish this one?
Oh,
Right?
will we have another reappraisal? No, that's only done every 10 years.
No,
right?
it
That's
depends.
based on your CLA, and we're down to 90. What,
Well, 93, it was 93.
I think it's 90 this
It
year.
wasn't bad.
91.
91.
What's the difference? I think if you hit 85, you're forced to reappraise, and if you hit your coefficient of dispersion is either 15 or 20, I forget exactly, but we're not anywhere close on that.
Well, I think either.
Well, I would think
either
though,
way
a
we
town
should be
that
at
just was
3.
reappraised. It really, I don't know if the state would really make you reappraise after 5 years, say 4 years. That seems pretty fast, don't you think?
Unless the CLA goes down,
Yeah, they will with the CLA.
but you still got a ways to get to there.
well, not far, only 6% off on the CLA.
Yeah, but last year's the 113 was off because that was skewed, right?
There must be a ton of towns that are way out of
Well, that's
bounds,
what he was saying.
like unbelievable. Like, I don't even know if you could find someone to reappraise, even if you wanted to. You know what I mean? With
What do you guys think about having Matt look into the feasibility of doing the 3-year contract, and getting our RFP ready for us here in a couple, 3 weeks?
Well, if the contract's up, we should be doing it anyways, yeah.
Yeah, but I think Bill has presented this as just a yearly budget, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's just presenting this to us as a 1 year.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'd be good to have.
But I think we can base it off that number.
So
Yeah.
Dave, what about the actual spending on this rest of these assessors, like is tax mapping, is that the right number, and GIS mapping, are those numbers right?
Tax mapping update is 1,900.
This
Okay.
year.
And
into-
GIS,
I don't show that line. What's the number on it? That's
it's underneath the tax mapping update, so it's
820.
Yeah, 820. It's like a sub one of the tax mapping update.
yeah, we don't have such a thing in NEMRIC, so I'm
Yeah.
scratching my head on that. I'm puzzled.
So do you have I'm curious now, do you have an 820?
Yeah, tax map.
20, yes. Tax mapping.
Okay, you just don't have the GIS.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's something that they just included.
No, that was put in, I think that was in there last year because of the confusion with what the GIS mapping was.
Okay.
That line, I'm pretty sure can be pulled out.
Okay, so we're gonna delete GIS mapping.
Cause I think it got confused at the they were calling it GIS mapping, but it was actually the tax mapping.
Yeah. Sure. So. Okay, under insurance, how those actual numbers must be.
Let's see, workers' comp is 0. And property casualties, 10,330.
Okay, and then there are numbers in 2024, 15 and 31. I don't know where they came from, and I don't know who put them in there.
But do you have a workman's comp, must have a workman's comp audit, or does the municipality not have to have workman's comp?
We have,
Oh, no, we do.
yeah,
The
Oh, we do.
LCT does it.
So there must be actuals out of that.
What did you say, the workman's comp is at 0?
he said the workman comp actual 0, yeah.
Is that one of those things that doesn't get paid like unemployment until it actually?
Reimbursable, probably. Because the one for property casualty is correct, and I think in your bills, we had the invoice for VLCT, which was just for one quarter, which that was 10,300 and I think $30.
Thing, and then it was this.
Ed had an injury there when he was out for.
Oh, so when someone actually draws off it, that's when it starts costing the
In
town.
municipal, so it's
The
just
municipality,
like,
it's not like us, the
it's just like
business.
unemployment, it's not like the
Oh.
businesses,
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't,
We pay.
like
it.
us, we
Yeah,
pay.
Yeah, okay.
Reimbursable.
Budget for,
Yeah.
could be nothing for 5 years, and then you could get really
Slammed.
slammed.
Mm.
Probably would leave those numbers the
Keep those,
same.
okay. All
That
right.
31 should stay.
What did
It'd be nice if you could put the extra money into a kitty
that
to
say?
pay for that.
Keep the 31 the same, is that what you said?
Yeah,
Okay, moving down to utilities. Streetlights,
2240.
2240. And there's a 3,500 in there for this year proposed.
Is that streetlights or is that all of VEC?
Oh, no, that's just streetlights.
do you think 35 is enough? 6 months?
Doesn't,
Start?
That doesn't look like it.
It looks like it's gonna,
Streetlight, dude.
I'll bump it up
no, we wanna get a cheaper rate.
from Vermont Electric.
What is,
We just got those bills last ones, right?
Mhm.
2,200 sounds.
What's the church, skipping down a little bit, is that
Yeah.
an actual for $1,486? They charge us a lot to turn it on. What was the actual on the church?
644.
but we don't have power there.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, that was,
Oh, is it?
Oh, it's been on.
Main Street, David.
This one's a little weird. It's 6,175.
Wow. That's weird.
So I'm not sure what we charge there. Look it up.
that's not sounding right
This-
No,
No,
at all.
Let me look at that line, 624.
It's kind of like when you look at my garages. There's a huge difference.
the electrical over here.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
I'm
be-
trying to think if under Kimball, do we have some of the excavated work underneath there for tearing down the house?
I'm about to find out. I'm pulling it up.
Okay, streetlights is $298 a month.
So 3,500 should be okay.
3,600 for a year.
And then, so, and I guess that's the other thing, the utilities, we got a lot more, just in co-op, we've got the Main Street Garage, the church, community center, streetlights, 14 garage, and Ladybird.
And didn't we just get that other one up
Okay,
the road too?
there's two streetlights, $320 a month. Say it again, Deb.
Didn't we just barely get another new connection just right up the road? Was that the ballpark,
Common.
the common?
Oh, is that $20 from last month, maybe?
Probably. So I think there's like 6 different bills we get from BEC, I believe.
Those are all checks.
So the big numbers in that 150 Main Street, 6,000 actual, or one of them is Casella, and the other one is some Alex Giroux.
Yep, for the roof.
We did the roof on the shed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, so this isn't counting all utilities, not just. For one,
everything, expenses for that one
Street light.
property.
Doesn't seem as though we should have that under utilities
no, it should have been under, that should have came out of building and maintenance, that roof.
yeah,
or CC repair, yeah, not CC repairs.
The Alex Drew should have been.
Do I
building-
hear a so moved?
That and the dumpster.
And the dumpster should be all of buildings and maintenance, right? The dumpster should have been free, but we had to pay the trucking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
got coded to the wrong.
so should we
place.
make a motion to have Dave, we don't need a motion for that. Can you just move those, Dave?
Yeah,
Okay,
Do we want to put a number for 150 Main Street? For this sheet for.
If you take those out, the electrical's probably right. It's probably what, 300 a month for this place?
150 Main Street is
the parking lot that they'll,
gonna be, oh, well, that meter's
Yeah.
pulled, there's no electric
yeah,
anymore.
There will be, but it'll probably be just hooked to
just come
this,
off
right?
here, yeah.
Yeah, for lights. Okay,
Yeah, we'll run everything underground from over here.
yeah.
So no number for that.
So the-
150 Main Street?
Question's gonna be, utilities, community center, so we got the garages that are in your build, the 2 garages are in yours. The 150 Main Street utilities, the streetlights. The Lady Bird, is there separate line items for
Where are
Lady
you,
Bird
right here? Where's your electrical for your building?
in his
Good.
stuff?
Oh, yeah, all right. So we don't
Lady
need,
Bird usually goes underneath the Village Common. So there should be one on here for Village Common somewhere.
And then, do we just add this to that then?
I think
We
we,
have a line
you
item
guys
for
just-
the common.
you guys just need to spend more time cleaning this up and putting the stuff in the right category. And next time we can just whip through it if the numbers are right, once the actuals are right, and once the categories are correct and.
So are we stopping this all together?
No, let's just stop. Let's move on from the utilities and let David spend some
Giving
time.
you some,
What?
we're just giving you some input on that.
No, I'm thinking we should, we should skip the utilities and move on to the community center building.
Okay,
Because that's a mess. He has to move those things.
so David, did you hear that?
yep,
Okay. You understand then, because I don't.
yep,
Got it.
All right.
nice and shiny.
Community center utilities,
What is it?
Actual is 3754.
3754. Okay,
And that's propane and that's electrical. Trying to think what else goes underneath there.
Let's, what do you think about leaving it at 10? We're probably gonna do something over here to the,
Mhm. Well,
Well,
utilities, that's
we're
utilities.
just going into the winter too, so I think it might need to go to 11. We might, if heat fuels more this winter.
he said 3,500.
That's what the actuals are.
The actual, I think he said it's
37.
35.
37. Yeah,
Probably okay at 10,
Yeah,
probably close.
Keep 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. Whoops.
The heat's oil.
Okay, community center cleaning services.
5451.
451. I don't think,
So probably the 9,600 is probably
I was
right.
gonna say, I don't think her,
It's 800, 700 and 800, so.
so 90, keep the 96. Okay.
Mhm.
Community center repairs and maintenance.
465.
1500 is probably fine.
let's bump that up, or we can take it out of,
Buildings and
yeah, this side needs some dressing up on paint.
That's gonna be buildings and maintenance.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We're good at 1,500.
Keep it at 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Community center equipment and supplies.
1511.
Just leave that at 25. What are your thoughts on the, so what about the generator that's here? Is everything, where would that come out of?
Emergency shelter, I would say.
Yeah,
All right, because that thing has, I haven't seen a lot of bills for that lately, so there's gonna be.
Well, it was,
the only one we get is just for D&D.
it's serviced and then they fill it.
Yeah,
Backed a few years ago, pretty hard on those.
That was on that one because it wasn't kept up.
The school,
Mhm.
yeah.
Emergency shelter expense.
That,
that's the exact same thing, yeah.
so I guess what you could come up with is this, I would say the generator services should come out of there
Is
Mhm.
that 5, right?
For the
David?
school,
for the school end here.
644.
You guys wanted, you said
Two.
keep it at 2,000, Phil?
Does that include the fuel for both places, the generators and?
I know when Fred sends us our bills, it doesn't specifically state whether it's for the generator, it's just propane, so that just automatically goes on these CC utilities.
What else do we have for propane?
Just those,
Just this one here, right?
the garage. And
You have a generator up there at the garage?
Yeah. But so they, when they deliver propane there's propane for the garage and then propane for here, right? Deb, yes.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that propane was actually for the generator.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Well, okay, it's for the stove too, but I would throw that out
Minimal,
there. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
That's probably fine.
Good.
okay.
Rec supplies and decoration, recreation department supplies and decoration.
I think you could drop that down to 1,000 and then,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. And then
Any spending there, David?
No, 0.
Okay, rec advertising and postage,
Same thing, so
leave it at 750.
actually, was there anything that,
Then Coventry, yeah.
everything they did came out of the,
Coventry Day.
Yeah,
I think we can put this back down to 2,500 and just leave it all into the Coventry Day. You agree?
Just rec events here, Phil, that's what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
just put it all under rec, I'll put it all into Coventry
Maybe
Day.
delete that line, you mean?
I think we can keep the line at 2,500
Okay, 25.
because the sponsorships, where do the health club things come out of?
That has its own.
Does it? Okay.
There should be one that's Health Club.
Okay.
Maybe
That's,
we haven't come to it yet. But that one right there for rec events and sponsorships, in the past, the select board used to approve a $500 payment to WOW in Newport, that Wednesdays on the waterfront.
yeah, well, and we did,
They're under our appropriations now.
they're under appropriations.
Okay. But that's what did come out of that spot.
Okay, Newport City Fire
I
Department,
think so.
so how's that actual, David?
That actual,
0.
so we've got the bill as well.
You got the bill now, but it's 0.
That
So
actual,
actual spending is 0 for Newport City?
Correct.
because that'll be in the warrant, so that'll come out.
Yeah.
But it won't be as of 12/31, it's just all gonna be as of 12/31. When it
Yeah.
goes to the report,
It can be whatever date I want it to be, or whatever date you want it.
so the bill for the city is $28,735.09.
Where are we right now?
That's for the city fire department.
Newport City Fire, okay, what's this number right here?
The
0?
actual as of right now in the books
Is
is zero,
0.
So that's what I put in.
Deb's warrants that she's gonna have tomorrow. It is gonna have the 28,735.09.
28,735.
But the 45 was the budget.
And I would leave it there, so
No, I know, it's not going down.
Phil, you're happy with 45?
yeah, so I'm gonna explain this, just so everybody understands. The bill this year is 28,000. And that is because there are there are 2 trucks that came out of the capital, so there's no truck payments right now at the moment. There is a new truck coming in July, so that's why I say leave it at 45,000, but I want to make sure that if you get questioned on why that number is so low compared to previous years, and to the budget, that's why, because there's no capital expenses for 2 trucks in there.
Right, you go and knock it down, the next year will be way out of whack.
Exactly.
And we'll be like,
Yep.
what happened?
Yep.
Okay.
Orleans Fire Department,
22,592.
22,592.
That needs to go up, yeah.
And then,
That's gonna go up again, isn't it? No,
That
that's
is.
still rolling average on it, on what
Yeah,
they're
that's-
saying,
that's-
so
Yeah.
leave that.
I'd honestly go to 25.
Didn't John just present it to you?
Yeah, that's the number.
Didn't he just present the 22,596 for the coming year?
Yeah, but it's a rolling.
Oh, for the coming year, so,
And 3 cents.
yeah,
Let's leave it.
yep.
I'm getting rid of the.
Give me your 2 cents.
Yeah. Okay, Newport Ambulance Service.
36,454.
That 4141 is the new because of the
Is that the
dispatch
new one?
service.
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't they send a letter, that I think had gone out to you guys? Aren't they raising up to 88,000?
Quoi?
No,
I think that 40,000, so I think, hang on. So 30.
So
Board meeting, docs, that was the last meeting we had that, right?
What's it doing, Dave?
Was it last meeting or the meeting before?
Ambulance service,
just rained.
What's the temperature out today?
Close.
freezing rain,
Stick
you
your-
better get
stick your
going.
finger. Okay, for the
Yeah.
existing contract for years January 1 to 23, December 31st, 23, the town shall pay 41,481. Which amount
Okay,
will in one installment, 36,454 for town contract, 5,027 for dispatching.
Okay, Sheriff's Department.
8185.
Hold on, I gotta hear this number, Doreen.
Okay,
Go ahead, David.
8185.
Okay, go ahead, Doreen. Sorry about that.
I was just wondering, are we gonna discuss, anything on the road? today?
Budgets, just budgets tonight.
Just
But we are working on it.
Yeah, it's the
They
road,
promised you we're gonna send it out when we're ready to
Yeah.
review.
Well, yeah, I understand that. I just don't want to feel like I'm being pushed under your.
You
rug.
know, you
No.
know, I worked on it this week. I let these guys look at it. We're getting there. It's,
You know.
you know, there's a lot of state stuff we gotta wade through and
I understand that,
we're
you
getting
know,
there.
the snowmobilers, you know, they're unhappy, but. Hey, you got the ATVs still going through, and they're not making me happy. And yeah, maybe,
Call the sheriff's department if you see him there,
Oh,
or reach out,
come on, Dave.
to Matt.
Oh.
Reach out to Matt if you see one up there and we'll try to address it for you.
you know,
Just reach out to him and
They're
we'll,
not supposed to be there.
I know they're not supposed to,
or do we have
but, you
a,
know,
the ATVs?
ATVs right now.
Kind of
everything's
Right
closed.
now,
Yeah, no, we closed, yeah, we closed.
Right.
They're still running there,
they're still going, you know, hey, come on,
so maybe.
Kids. you know,
I can call.
just reach out to Matt
I
when you
can
see
call- I
one.
call Sheriff's Department, tell them that-
well, when I come home and I see the tribes. What is that gonna do,
Mhm.
you know, I'm just saying,
Right.
but, night folks.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
You too.
Year. Happy New Year. Good to see you guys. Okay, Sheriff's Department for 2024, that's,
Looks pretty good, huh?
yeah, but what about dry hydrants, Dave?
So
need to be
we,
in there 'cause
we failed terribly this year.
Yeah.
Let's
They don't
put,
work.
Hey, David, have we spent anything on dry hydrants?
No,
Nope.
We're dry.
Good. Were we supposed to spend something on dry hydrants?
yeah, we were gonna put that one in at Rogers Pond,
and we gotta do some fixing.
fixing good.
Pulled the one out of my dad's, right? 'Cause that sucker was too low.
Mike Rogers said he's good whenever you want.
What did, remember that I told you about that grant from,
Rural fire.
Rural Fire? When was
Pedro.
that application due?
We gotta get a hold of Pedro and find out on that.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know rural fire.
Rural fire covers
fire?
dry
Oh,
hydrants.
there's appropriations.
Rural fire, no.
No,
Yeah, they are. Look at your list.
Yeah,
Rural fire?
They sent us.
Oh.
I think you, we had that. I might have forwarded you that email on the dry hydrant grant thing.
rural
I'm sure
community
I did, I'm sure we
transportation, I don't see
discussed it.
rural fire.
Rural fire is.
Oh, yeah, the very last one, yeah.
They're new this year.
Let's put,
Just take 5.
Pipe's expensive now.
let's
big
put
time.
8 in,
8,000?
yeah.
Okay.
Cause I know we've got,
That's good.
at least 5 to fix, but that's all just fitting stuff, so. But yeah, to get that one into the pond.
My pond's too far from the road, wouldn't do anybody any good. Mike's
Mike's
always
Mike's
got
is-
water,
That's where we wanna, is that the Rogers pond?
and he's got a drive in there too.
I think we can go right to, yeah, just keep that up.
Okay,
Hang on.
Yeah. Can you say that you're behind on dry hydrants, installing dry hydrants?
Yeah.
There was one we were gonna put in to move from Briar's Pond down to the lower one.
Down to what?
There's a pond down below Al Snowmobile
Okay,
towards Glen Road. We were gonna move the one that was up further because that was always dry. Funny.
right.
Dry
Down to that
hydrant's
one
dry.
because that pond had water in it all the time.
And what is that on? Is that?
That's Pine Hill.
So what does that mean? You didn't get, why didn't you get to it? And what does it mean?
Just didn't get to it, just the way it turned out.
So
As
is it,
far as the fire protection up there, it doesn't,
It has-
we've got other hydrants that we can hit. It's just a little bit further.
that's what, I'm sorry?
It's just a little bit further.
How much further?
The city, where's the next one? Down, the next one's down at the fishing access.
So is that a mile? Is that 10 miles?
Depends on where you're at.
No, it's a mile and a half,
No, but no, okay.
mile and a half from where the old one was.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at, Dave. Thank you.
Oh, you mean as far as the difference in where they are? Okay,
Right.
yeah, I got it.
So, but there's nothing that the residents gonna know, there's no loss of greens or anything?
No loss of grants? No.
No.
Yeah, okay. All right. I think so.
okay, planning commission.
Hey, Matt, before we move on.
Sure.
I'm showing another line in the emergency services for the Coventry Fire District. I'm thinking it's to account for the water bills we get when we have fire.
Okay,
We need to
You
just,
guys
yeah,
gotta make that change.
I don't have that in here, David, but just tell me and I'll
Yeah,
add
because
it.
we have to pay the bill.
so the thought I had, and I've discussed it with Dom a couple times, they just need to have meetings and we need to have a meeting, is to do it rolling average like we do with the other services. With water usage, which is gonna make it minimal. I wouldn't see it being more than 2,000 a year, if that.
I always felt that was a little awkward.
Yeah,
You know, you could charge for water here. But. They can use the dry hydrants
For free.
for free. You know what I mean? So it kind of seems like.
Yeah, don't hook up to these.
well, so that's, I'm kind of pushing that. We'll use it. when we
Only-
need to,
Only if it's a house right here, you can suck
Yeah.
on it, if it's in the tent, yeah.
So-
but it's still, the thing is it's still gonna get a bill for the water usage, even in town, like the garage. It's gonna be billed because they don't have the price built into their, like, the city has the overhead. The fire district here doesn't have the overhead, so that's why there's costs on it.
So like the city of Newport just pays the bill for the water,
For their water, because it's in the city.
if they burn it for a
If we
fire.
use the water in the city and off the hydrants, it's
free.
essentially paid for.
It's just all,
They might
it's a wash.
throw numbers between departments.
okay,
Yeah, all right,
nothing's free, huh? Jeez.
especially water now.
Let it
Now-
burn.
Now that it has to treat.
David, there actual spending under the planning commission,
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
you wanna go down that list for me?
The planning commission stipend, 1,500, just as shown.
Yep,
And then all the rest are zero. currently.
okay, about there's a 660 in here on your planning commission town plan, or no, on your planning commission miscellaneous, there's 660.
Zero.
Okay,
Now, where does Stephanie fall on this with her wages?
Admin assistant.
But that's at zero. Oh, okay, but you got the 720.
and then this.
There should be an actual there.
It
Yeah,
should be
there
an-
should.
So,
I'm gonna have to look and see where that's landing.
Oh, wait, payroll just had it, didn't it?
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, I mean, we've been paying her. So it's
What
landing
about-
somewhere.
Can I get rid of this economic development plan thing? There's nothing in it.
Do we still have that reserve account?
Oh, we sure do.
Yeah.
So we should probably still have that on there.
Just
Yeah.
leave it blank.
That's where we've been charging against the sidewalk study's been going against that.
Yeah,
Oh,
so there
really?
should be some expenses.
Is there money in there? Is there
Stop that.
anything?
Well, but the sidewalk study's been going against the reserve fund, not against the main.
Oh, the expense.
yeah, so
just leave it blank?
I have concerns here. We must be over the scoping study cost by now.
No.
No.
That's a grant.
Yeah, I
That's that
know.
grant,
So,
so-
but we've been getting whacked. Where are we at with that scoping study cost so far?
It's like 3,000 of them freaking.
There's one just in here, Dufresne.
Does anybody have?
For what, 2,000? We
Does
must
anybody
be probably about what, 6,000?
Oh, way more.
That's what I
You
thought.
think more?
Oh, I bet they
Yeah.
got 25 grand.
They've got to be getting close, but they can't go over because
Can you just-
that's what the contract is for.
Can you look at the
That
total
three-
amount of
that-
check?
Oh, right there.
Dave?
2,885 was the last one.
8,500?
2,885.
Dave's gotta bring it up.
Yeah.
So
I
if you're
thought another
drawing
one
it,
we paid was like 3,000, I thought, and something.
That was the biggest
The
joke.
sidewalk, the scoping study was 330 grand or something like that.
Yeah, but what are they
All right.
spending?
We're at 17,124.
Okay,
And then,
so that should be shown in, under your economic development plan then, right? If you say you're drawing your funds out of there,
Out of the reserve,
no,
so we got the reserve account, which is different. There's no line items for well, probably further back, but
so most of that will be grant covered eventually.
yeah.
Gotta go claim it, of course.
So we didn't already get the grant? We got the approved for the grant, we just have to claim it
It's
back?
reimbursable.
And it's a reimbursable grant, so I have to go figure out whatever the claim system is for it and make it happen.
But does it have to finish? Does it have to finish its process of?
No, I could do it as often as quarterly, but it didn't seem to make sense to go after a couple thousand at a time.
Okay.
so when you get to what, the 30,000 you'll put in?
No, I'm searching for time now to do it. Same as I'm about to push the button on the church or meeting house grant.
Okay.
The auditors are done with us as of today, so I got some time freed up, hopefully get it done.
All right, great.
Okay,
Stephanie is in the 230 range, I think.
election expenses. This is under miscellaneous.
Oh, wait. no.
Well, we're gonna go
Hang
back,
on.
we're gonna go back to the planning commission as administrative. So what's her? What did we pay her?
So her last check year to date was 1,540,
15.
1,500. But that's year to date, that's calendar year, right? On the checks,
yep,
Correct.
oh, that's half that.
So these numbers are all good.
So 720's almost.
Yeah,
right.
these numbers were given to me by the planning. Right.
Yeah, so that, yeah,
I
that,
don't know why we're looking at that.
yeah, that 1,540 was the. Big product, sorry.
Elected expenses.
$500 should be sufficient. Because
Is-
we're, as
is that
long
right?
as we have in-person town meetings, which we should be, so
That actual correct?
that could be close.
Did we lose David Barlow?
Yeah, I'm looking up the planning commission.
We fed
Oh.
everybody at town meeting, we'd probably have a better turnout.
I doubt it. Cause you already do. Parents, or the parents club and
Do
it's
feed-
always
they
had feed them, yep,
We always have.
always have had lunch. You still only get 90 or 100.
Used to be huge.
160, we got 150, 160. Last one we had was,
Yeah, it's because there was a big select board contention.
Yeah.
Under
Well, we have a lot of people in the town foundation change the amount.
that, yeah,
There was a lot of
Yeah,
people.
too.
there.
that one, it was 87, 86. There was a lot of people.
You offer lobster and all.
I should have lost.
I told my brother-in-law.
All right, village common repairs, I guess we're not gonna worry about it yet. David's working on something else.
So the actual for the admin for the planning commission is actual is 852, budget 1906.
Okay,
So it's dead on target at the
Okay.
moment,
Okay.
but we need to move it just so it's more visible.
Yeah.
those common repairs. Oh, the election
Election
expense.
expensive as of,
Yeah, hang on.
all right, David.
Easy.
That's what I was gonna say.
No. Let me start my video.
Oh, he's
Buddy.
approved. Yeah, but it's facing up, so we can't see your desk.
I'm not,
That's exactly, who said, which one of you said that?
I'm not eating. Okay, so election expenses, actuals 230.
Okay, village common repairs and, I don't know why.
2049.
And
But you ran a new line over there this year, right?
Yeah, let's put 25 in. I was thinking we'd do a cement pad underneath my, underneath the cannon.
Cannon.
Yeah,
health clubs,
639, call it 640, call it 640. Yeah, whatever, it's fine.
actually, that was $20 a month.
okay, what do we want to do?
You wanna leave that at 25 or drop it to two? You think people?
I would probably leave it at 25 because we're starting to see a lot more people since post-COVID who are going back to the gym. So I think we're gonna be seeing an increase in cost for that coming up.
2,500. Orleans County tax.
24,802.
Whoa,
So that needs to change.
That's up.
What is that?
Yeah, what do we get for that?
Matt gets to go to a meeting.
I go to a meeting once a month.
A month?
Yep.
Really? I thought it was
That
just,
has to do with the sheriffs, right?
All kinds
Or
of,
court.
yeah, all kinds of different stuff. The meetings.
and they tax us?
They last about 10
Yeah.
seconds. Yeah, we pay a certain percentage based on our population.
That's where the. Okay, maybe I'll misspeak, I won't say it. I was gonna say that's, I know some of the sheriffs pay in that, right?
I think that's strictly a court. thing.
Is
That went up,
Yeah,
so it went up
It's-
20%?
When I go to the meetings, it's the judge that does it.
Oh, it's, okay.
yeah.
How can our budget be 20% off for that?
Oh,
Easily.
So it's 24,802 the half the year or the calendar year?
Is that,
That's the whole year.
that's
So we
it?
want to go 25 on that?
Yeah.
Or we
Should
want
we
to
go
ask,
higher?
can we just ask them to take less?
Yeah, we're just gonna pay you, we've only got 25. that's all.
Yeah, that's our, we,
Matt'll go to more meetings.
Appropriate, yeah, tell them I'll go to more meetings, appropriations.
so
16,507.
Say, those have only been averaging about 16,000.
Oh,
What's
we're
your
at
total at so
20,000
far?
right now.
Yeah, we're over 20.
We're at 21.
So,
I think we
And
should,
they're at the cutoff date.
When
so
the
this should be
cutoff
the
date?
list. This
Is it
should
done?
The
be,
cutoff date is passed.
we should be voting on this.
Anybody that, yeah, that's why I printed it out, so you vote on it. Anybody that sends an appropriation now is, we gonna hold wait till next year.
Oh, that's coming up at the next item anyways.
so 20,257 is what we should put in the budget.
Yep.
20,000.
So is that where, oh no, Coventry Day had it.
You got your own line item. Animal control expenses?
Oh, how much do we actually spend? Because we.
0.
No, we paid that lady, for those dogs.
Was it before July?
No, it was after July. We've written a check to her for, it's 100 and something bucks a month. We talked
Well,
about
so
it.
yeah,
remember?
so is her salary coming out of that or?
no, her salary comes out up above underneath groundkeepers. Way up near the top of the budget.
She
Why
had
is
those dogs that lived there until she could find a home, and it was 100, it was 30 bucks a week or 50 bucks a week or.
Did they find homes for them?
She never sent us a bill, and
Oh,
I would imagine both of them must have ended up finding a home. She found a home for one right off the bat. And the second one, she must have as well.
all right, well, let's leave that the same then, I guess, if.
I'm still on appropriations. I didn't get a chance to look at it.
We haven't, that's gonna, we got another.
Oh, okay. We didn't,
All we did was we threw the number.
we just approved that number. We get a vote on it if we want.
What size?
I don't see any expense.
Currently at 0.
I'm gonna have to order some new numbers, but I don't think you can keep it at 500.
Okay. Other miscellaneous expenditures.
4,800.
Eh?
Yeah, what's that? That
Yeah,
was
what's that?
the dividends for the EDP fund, the Microsoft shares that were never accounted for
Oh,
going back. The money and that is pretty much was sitting there anyway, it just wasn't accounted for.
so that can stay at 500.
Keep it at 5 then.
Yes, please.
Okay, SWIP committee. I don't know anything about this, so you guys, I don't.
Do we even still have a SWIP committee?
No, we don't. Nobody's, every person I asked to be on it said no.
Doesn't Joe actually do it for us?
It's Kate.
They handle a big portion
They
of
are
that.
handling a big portion of it. Maybe that's something to reach out to Jeremy on. Or Joe.
So we put any numbers here
I think we need to find out from them on if we need to.
or? Okay.
Because
So
that's
we
a
do have
waste day, so
household hazardous waste days.
we need to know how much that's might be going up to.
When's the next one?
They just had one, so it's
There's a
probably,
bill.
There's one bill in your warrants, and they usually have 3 a year.
yeah, I
So
think it's
usually there would be 3 of those within this fiscal year.
May, June, May and.
May and June, yeah, there's,
I know that the last one was in October.
Yeah.
I think like May, maybe May, August, and October.
yeah, I think so.
So
I
there's a,
think it's only 2, but anyway,
there's a number, there's a 4477 number in there, David, on that first one.
yeah, it is 0 currently, though. We have a bill from the first one this fiscal year, but
So I'm just gonna leave all this blank for now, this whole block.
I think you need to put about either 11 or 12,000 for the household hazardous waste
Yeah,
Yeah,
days.
I probably could have 12.
Now, we do get a grant for some of that. It's one of those grants that's more painful to collect than it's worth, but we do it anyway.
Okay, and then for these other ones like school outreach, business outreach,
They're doing a lot of
office
that.
and other expense, do we put money in there or do you wanna just leave those?
That's what I think we need to talk with them, because I know they were supposed to be doing quite a bit of the school outreach. I don't know. about the
Jeremy
business
was,
stuff,
yeah.
But
Alright, I'll call Jeremy.
And we also have a SWIP reserve fund, essentially solid waste reserve fund that we rarely, if ever, touch. So,
Okay.
Nobody wants to be on that fund. What was it, Bradley? What's she?
Sherry was on
Sherry's
it.
done, yeah.
yeah.
It was,
Sherry, Margaret,
yeah, there was 2 or 3 people I sent emails to and everyone always said, no, get somebody younger.
Yeah. But find out, because that business outreach, I know that was something that the town was supposed to do. I mean, as long as I guess as Casella's taking that piece over, we're all set, but if not, then we're still gonna have to do that piece.
Okay, cemetery commission. First one is cemetery expenses.
266.
And it was been $3,000 the last couple of years.
Well, weren't we putting a new fence? Did we put a new fence or we didn't fix it yet?
No,
We put the money in there.
we put the money in for tree removal so we could fix the fence. Nothing happened.
You cut the tree down, right? And we never,
No, we put the money in because you're gonna have to have cranes.
Mhm.
And nothing was done. I blame it on Dave.
Dave. Okay,
Oh, did I tell you I can't be whatever it is, the keeper of the cemetery funds anymore anyway.
Why?
'Cause he's
Oh,
not-
good.
The trustee of cemetery funds. It's an elected position. I'm
Oh, okay.
no longer a resident.
I know a couple people cut those trees down for us.
It's just a matter of them approaching somebody and getting it done. I mean, they got money there.
Cemetery.
You wanna leave the same amounts in?
Leave it at 3, Dave? For that first one, top one?
Yeah, they always have equipment that needs fixed.
Mhm.
Okay, salaries,
And they'll be, when they get cranked back up again, for the summer, there'll be a lot of get
Yeah.
cranked up expenses. Yeah, that'll be part of the salary warrant or salary
Increase.
review page that I got coming.
so we're gonna leave that one. What about the as of? You have that?
Josh Peppin can cut down some.
3709.
Up there, lower it all.
Okay, what about cemetery FICA?
I'm showing that as 0 for some reason. I'm perplexed. I'm gonna have to look into that currently, why that's there. Shouldn't
That
be.
must be going underneath the general.
What do we-
Yeah,
What do we
Mr.
want to put in there
Stone.
for 24 now?
Leave it at 620?
That's gonna be based off of the salary.
Cemetery equipment maintenance.
163.
But weren't we talking at one time that they should be getting, what was it, a new mower?
Yeah, they're looking for new, and I forget which one, but they're definitely in the market. I think they couldn't get one last season, but
That's pretty close to a new more. The 35.
Well,
Oh, no, it isn't.
No.
Well, depending on what you get,
Even
yes.
for like a decent one's 8-10
Yeah.
grand. Depending, I don't know what kind
Let's,
of.
let's leave all these numbers the same, you wanna?
Okay,
Tree removal in case they get around to that.
tree removal.
Do
doesn't
we
have
want to
any-
raise the equipment?
Tree removal at 10 grand.
Does he need a tractor or can we keep patching it up?
That hasn't been
Nobody
back
said
into
anything
it,
to
but
us. How do we
it
know?
needs to be.
They need to come
They-
to us
there's-
and
are
say,
some
hey,
trees
my
that need to be
lawnmower
cut down,
sucks.
that's what-
Not like,
So keep it at 10.
Yeah. Cause it didn't get done last year.
So there was no as of spending for tree removal?
tree removal 0. Other cemetery costs 0.
Okay, and this is gonna be 10, and then do we want $100 in here like before?
Were you talking about bumping up the equipment?
I don't think we should if we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if we
no
haven't-
one told me the lawnmower didn't work.
No, let's wait till we hear some.
Okay, let's leave it.
You wanna, so you wanna leave other costs at $100?
Yep.
too, just for the heck of it? Okay. All right, that's it for that. Switch it over to road.
Wow, a lot of money pages. Oh, it helps that we combined it.
And you can see most of these numbers are filled. And David, if you wanna give me the actuals, if these are wrong, then go ahead. Or I started.
It would be on the revenue side.
Yep,
Yeah, I haven't moved the Casella money yet, so that's 0.
so it's not 261,000,
No,
but is it going to be by the time I send this to the printer?
no, it'll be 275.
275, okay. Like in my, in here. Waste US label 275.
Not typing?
Okay, transportation,
43,523.
and then for this year, we have a number of 87,000 in there. That's good.
Yeah,
Okay, state of Vermont grants,
So I put that number in, David. I have anticipated 125 and 2-for-1 money for paving. And then we had, I believe, 9,400 from a grants and aid grant. Is that correct? That number is right around that.
9,200 is exactly correct, yep.
Okay,
That was the Lane Road grant.
Okay.
94. So David, was there any, as of for that category, state of Vermont? grant?
There isn't, and the same for the budgeted amount last year, but didn't we have a grant? Or that's a grant from 2 years ago that we're chasing after?
oh, you know what? And we got another number. We got 56 coming in for Hancock Hill too, right? We have to get that one spent by, done by June 30th, that Hancock Hill culvert.
So that's not
Yeah,
gonna
maybe
be, that won't be in here.
You got, yeah, I think you got till July 2023 on that one.
Yeah, which is this,
Yeah.
yeah,
so-
this,
so
yeah,
it's
6
a-
months.
Oh, so it's
Months.
Okay, so that's this fiscal year. That needs to be
Yeah.
on the,
And that's the stuff that they're.
that should have been in last year's.
Oh, so you could put it, I see what you're saying, you could put it into this.
You
But
gotta order
that's
the
that,
box.
did they
culvert.
do the, they did the
Still
engineering
waiting
for
on
that,
his
right?
line.
Mhm.
He told me today, he's pretty close. I think he was sending it to the state today. So stay with the 134.4.
okay,
You're gonna have it done before this, it'll be in this year's. It has to be, else we'll lose the grant, right?
Yeah.
You'll get it done.
Well, got a new guy in the rivers and streams, and I haven't ordered my pipe yet. I'm hurrying.
Okay, highway FICA under expenses,
4537.
4537. And then Dave, you got 8250 in there, you happy with that?
He's,
Yeah, I just kind of stole numbers just to get a budgeted number.
Okay, roads, health insurance,
that's John, right?
4777.
highway retirement,
3859.
life, short, long insurance. I don't even know what that is.
0.
Short-term, long-term disability.
Leave, vacation,
1003.
leave sick,
1568.
highway unemployment. Is that what that HWY stands
Yep.
for?
0.
Okay, road general permit fee.
Do we need to, hang on, do we need?
0.
Unemployment?
Oh, yeah, hold on. Do we need a budget number for highway unemployment?
Do you technically lay Zach off or not?
No.
Okay, so then we're fine. Good.
Okay, what's, sorry, David, road general permit fee?
0.
Hang on.
Yep, sorry.
So how can that number be 0 unless it comes in later in the year?
The road general permit fee?
Yeah,
Or it gets attached, it's in the wrong
It's
column.
an expense. It's in the expense column.
Yeah,
okay, so it's a yearly fee.
We're in expenses.
I don't know.
It might
I
come.
may want to check on that because I think back when Ned was here, I don't think that one was paid until very, very, very late.
So that would have been. Is there a bill? What, like, how does that work?
Should come in as your, it's
That's state of
we didn't bore
Vermont.
you? We bore you?
She's falling asleep.
Yeah.
Well, we can look into that through invoices
So you
probably.
wanna leave it blank for now?
Well, let's leave it with.
I think it's a good number.
Or leave it as, David had it at 0.
The 1350, the budget, it seems like it was, oh,
Some
why does
reason,
he pump it up to 3,000?
Highway equipment repairs,
I put that one,
26422.
I put that one in at 26. I figure we're getting a new truck. So we should be down on maintenance a little bit, hopefully next year.
Where's the, okay, so on that question, is the maintenance coming from the ton truck?
From all trucks.
But like, what's the percentage on the ton truck that's getting replaced?
The big truck. The 10-wheeler.
Oh, the 10-wheeler, okay, so that.
The ton truck was only a year old.
Yep, that's right.
You should probably replace that though, sooner than every 3 years. That's a good
I
thing.
usually go 5, they get the 5-year warranty. on the
Oh,
engine.
I forgot it was that one.
Okay.
So that maintenance, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Highway building repairs.
1,008.
I'm good with the 5 grand.
Okay, gravel pit permitting.
0.
No, that number's wrong. It's gotta be, remember we gave Andres Terizo, $350 just a little while ago, so that has to be that permitting.
Who was that?
Dave Barlow says 0.
Yeah, but he's
Andre
applying.
Teresa.
Watershed. Watershed's the name of the company, so they do our permitting for storm runoff or whatever.
Yep. But I don't know if I've seen that, not for this fiscal year.
Didn't you just talk with Andres this late summer?
Yeah.
So he came up, and I'm pretty sure.
Did we get an invoice?
We may not get an invoice, but he definitely came up.
But I think that one,
I should-
don't you guys
He said he was
gotta
gonna,
go to the state website?
What's that, Deb?
Don't you guys have to go to the state website and download that, Bill?
no, he does it for us. We pay him to do it for us.
Okay,
They don't even send you a bill. You have to just do all the work
And
and
he
pay
didn't send him any money.
She's-
He didn't send us a bill. He just said he was gonna take care of it.
She's probably talking about the road general permit fee.
Oh,
yeah,
We're talking a different one,
Yeah.
Deb.
oh, okay,
Gravel pit permit.
Gravel pit. He does that for us.
maybe, okay.
So we just haven't gotten an invoice then from him.
Yeah, he's notorious for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that name doesn't ring a bell.
All right, so I'll leave it 0, Dave, or what?
For actual, yeah, but what would it be for the budget?
I'm good with the numbers I put in on them.
Right, I knew that. I just didn't know if you, okay, so highway department supplies.
3,600.
Street garage utilities.
1,475.
Route 14 utilities.
940.
Highway propane.
0.
the electric bill.
Highway uniforms.
No, they must have the meters messed up.
So,
They gotta be wrong.
on that highway propane, you've got a generator up there, so where's that going to then?
That's all I got is the generator.
And how much was it?
0.
Well, it probably doesn't. be
Well,
filled.
it's running once a week. We get a bill every now and then for this one, so it's doing the same thing as that one.
Maybe they bill us at the same time.
Maybe
Maybe
they film at the
just
same
give-
time and it's all on this bill.
Yeah.
It could be.
I wonder if they're classifying out for 168.
I think they have the electric bill wrong from the garages, from the one meter to the other, or we do,
Hang on.
because there's
Well,
no,
those invoices are marked for
there's
the
no
garage
way,
locations.
like you're saying, there's no way this garage here.
That's the only thing is I got electric heat in the back.
Main Street is 49 a month.
Oh,
Main Street's 49 a
it's
month.
super cold.
This-
Main Street's 49 a month. Garage is the 14 is 82.
Not that what they just told us,
Oh,
though,
yeah.
we just went through them, ask him for the actual, just ask Dave again.
But
Go
the
to-
utility is not just DC, right?
Oh, is it heat too, utilities, is it heat and,
Yes,
it's
Yeah.
all up to,
Yes.
oh, it's probably because of the,
yeah,
Okay,
heat and electrical.
See, it was different on the other ones we were talking about with DC because that was just electric.
okay, all right.
Highway uniforms.
1416.
so we're good.
Road signs.
141.
Flood mitigation.
Wait,
Village.
you got $4,000.
That's got its own reserve, so
I got 25. don't I?
Okay, yeah.
Could you only delete that line item?
Where we at?
that flood mitigation village could come out, right? Because we got
Yeah.
a reserve fund for that.
Delete flood mitigation, okay. Very good. And then highway miscellaneous.
0.
Okay.
Keep that.
Road commissioner salary, winter,
32,087.
full-time road crew, winter,
22,738.
How much?
22,738.
738.
These are actuals, Dave?
Yep.
Boy, they,
Yeah, but keep in mind, there's the split between winter and summer is probably not right. You have to look at both together, winter and summer together to get the
Part-time road crew, winter,
2541.
highway equipment rental,
1914.
winter road maintenance,
12,018.
fuel, winter,
7,722.
winter equipment expense, is that what that is?
Mhm.
Winter equipment expense,
0,
winter parts,
0,
miscellaneous,
0,
road commissioner salary, summer,
0,
road crew, summer, full-time,
1913. I'm sorry, 1912.
part-time road crew, summer,
4575.
Now, road commissioner salary summer, there should be some in there for July, August, September.
just not broke down right.
Yeah, I just haven't,
Okay,
I haven't done the
Okay.
split yet.
okay.
highway equipment rental,
4909.
And those can be combined now that we don't have.
highway, other contracted services,
9885.
road maintenance, summer,
46,465.
fuel, summer,
9,467.
equipment, summer,
0,
summer parts,
0,
summer miscellaneous,
0.
So can we,
So your parts aren't
So-
going in this budget somewhere.
It's not reflected correctly.
No.
okay,
It's probably, could be just coding too.
so we don't have to have it split between winter and summer anymore, right?
Why were
We have, well, that was a state thing, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think,
Now-
Removed.
I don't mind staying with it. It's not a huge deal, I don't think.
Bill, do I do
Well,
stop
it
here
kind
and
of
save
sucks
it
when I don't
after?
have it right. Now you gotta add them up and see where you are.
Now I go to my thing.
Well, that's where I was going, like, do we need to, can we combine them now on the salary side, since that's how we're looking at it?
Yeah, we could do, we could actually eliminate, yeah, all the salaries. And just lump them into a yearly salary.
That was,
Is that what you're
right,
getting
yeah,
at?
yeah, instead of
Then-
having to
then you're
split
not-
winter,
then-
summer, I'm
then
sure.
You're not trying to figure out your cutoff date and all
I
that.
think we made it that way years ago, though, so we could figure out where we were at. this
Well,
time
that
of
was,
year.
that was a,
That's the trouble with.
that was a state thing with the winter,
know,
summer.
we-
road.
Well, it's the trouble with the fiscal year too, because you have to
Yeah.
think 2 years back every time you look at it.
Okay, next is the appropriations.
Where is Goodrich Memorial? That's the Newport
Yeah.
one.
What's new on here?
How much did they go up, I guess? Do you have the list from last year?
Yeah, I
Let's look
don't
through
have
that.
this from last year, but I can tell you how much they went up,
Come on.
$1,000.
So how come they kind
Oh, I
of,
mean, so all of them, do you,
What, which ones are new?
Goodrich.
Rural Fire and Wednesdays on the waterfront.
and then Goodrich is the only one that went up
Goodrich is the only one that increased.
1,000.
Yep.
But didn't they actually decrease last year, David?
Yeah, they did. They went way down last year.
5 to 3,000 and now they're up, I convinced them to go to 4,000.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were probably.
What are the services they're providing? Is just general to the whole county or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We use their library for free, basically.
Yeah, Coventry residents can have a library card there. because we pay for that. That's what this does.
Same with Orleans, we can get books from Orleans too.
Where's your good cameras, Chris?
Always in the car.
That probably does better anyways.
What's that?
That probably does better anyways.
No, I don't know about that, but.
Hey, Matt, that actually brings up a good point for probably the annual report. There's probably not many residents who understand that they can go to that library for free and go get a, what do you call that, library card?
Yep.
We should maybe do a little something within the annual report, like, hey, did you know? Here are some certain services that you folks are able to utilize. I don't think we've really promoted that.
I can do that, I can put it on the website too.
Is it a service that's being used by a lot of the residents? Do we know?
I use it.
There's about 100
Smile, buddy.
Coventry resident
What's
cards.
We're gonna smile for you.
Are you guys making a decision tonight?
On the budget?
Yes.
No. Next. 2 Mondays.
This would be. So. We got this Wednesdays on the waterfront. Was that for this summer that we voted to give them that money?
You
And
got,
then
they gave us 3 choices, you guys decided on the 1,000, so now the town gets to decide on.
As an appropriate.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was just making sure that we didn't actually vote on that 1,000.
I thought we did.
You voted,
Oh,
I
we,
can get the minute, you voted to make it an appropriation of $1,000.
okay,
That's all I wanted to make
Make
sure
sure, that's
that it was that way.
Yes, that's what you did, there were 3 choices, you voted to make it appropriate, because you wanted, you said.
They had three
You
tiers.
guys wanted the town to decide, so. It's.
oh, yeah, I remember,
You
yeah,
guys made it an appropriation.
Guess what I hate about these appropriations is it's all or nothing.
but I don't want
Actually,
you there
no.
forever.
It doesn't have to be.
Not
They-
in in-person.
You can do it one at a time if you want, but usually I yell at people to do that.
Well, then you get the people who just start picking them apart. It's like,
And usually by the
like-
time we get to appropriations.
like
I
I
guess
might
yes.
want this one and you
That
might
was-
want
that
this
was
one,
why
and
we
we might
split,
want this
you
one.
know.
and this-
That was why we split the
I mean, like-
off the last time.
I mean, I think
Wanted to
$4,000
get
bucks for a
no
library is a
for
lot of money,
everybody else.
but maybe it's not, because maybe
You don't
people
have
go,
to.
but I never go.
So David Barlow said based on. It's like $9 for every person that's Coventry, you know, that's what we're taking basis.
So Northern Star, what they did with the kids last year, they didn't come back.
No,
That's interesting.
well, I think they sort of had a switch over with some of the people on their board.
Well, yeah.
I know we had one individual who had came last year, approached us, wanting to know if we would actually reserve, how can you put it? Sort of almost like we would go and buy tickets, but then have the
Right.
tickets at the town office for our residents to be able to come and let
That,
to
yeah,
them.
that was to be able to use the boat.
Yes, yeah,
The one we did last year, whenever it was.
Was for the school, we-
yeah, that was for the school. Yeah,
I think
no,
that was excellent. I think it went
Oh,
well.
yeah,
yeah, it did.
except for one of the classes that got rained out.
But why didn't they reach out to us again? That's too bad.
They might, like she said, they.
Oh, we
she was
thought it
putting
should have been under something else.
Foundation.
Yeah.
We did, we thought the foundation should have covered it.
But I don't think they actually did anything. this-
So residents get discounted.
No.
tickets?
No, that never came to fruition.
No, could
It
have
was
been
a-
free tickets.
It was an idea that was brought to us, but never came
Differentiation.
or discounted. I think this is fine.
How many of these are new? Just
The
about
rural-
Rural fire and Wednesdays on the waterfront.
What's
make
the
'em-
rule fire?
Rural fire is interesting, that's new because. I
Yeah,
thought
the
that
ones,
was a
those
yearly
are
thing
the,
because
those are your
that
guys,
fire-
right? Those are your guys for the,
I know,
why not? They do it every town, they get extra money.
Yeah, I mean.
I thought that was a yearly like due thing for the hydrant program.
Do we need to read these all individually down or?
I don't think so.
All right, so
because
I
this is
make a
just- that's-
motion, I make a motion to put into the budget or approve the total for the approach above appropriation in the total amount of $20,257.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So Mr. Chair, what's the difference compared to last year?
Couple $1,000. 19 something and change, and it's 21 something, or close to 21 this year.
Okay, can you vote? Is it easy to pull up?
Yeah,
Not for me, it's not.
hang on, Chris.
Capital and budget policy, David Barlow, you want to explain that one?
Oh, yeah. So we need to have some, I think, some changes in our capital policy that have to do with the thresholds for putting equipment on the capital expenditures list, where we track it, depreciate it. So Matt, do they have it in front of them?
They have it in front of them.
Okay, yeah, it's just a recommendation on some word changes, which basically is ratcheting down the thresholds to put equipment on the capital list. So example came up last time with the power washer, pressure washer. That really should be on the list, but it didn't meet the threshold. But I think it should. And it's consistent with the way other towns do it as well, that we'd have those thresholds that are in there in front of you to put the equipment on the list.
Well, that means you're gonna be putting the generators on the list too. You know.
Yeah, they
It's
ought
gonna
to
be
be
a
on.
lot more work, though.
Well, it's,
Well, it depends on the costs.
it's a
Like
good
with
thing.
regular,
It's a good
like
thing.
regular corporations, any asset that's purchased 2,500 or above typically would go on your depreciation list. Anything below that cost would just be a de minimis asset and written off as an expense.
It's a good thing to have, and we should, you know. And then as we go into the equipment, stuff like that, you know, we should have a set amount we want going in there
The
For
capital,
for-
the
for-
capital fund.
for replacement.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Then
then you
instead
then you
of-
can set your capital budget.
Instead of like right now, we have the truck, we're gonna rate a lot of that, depending on where the ARPA funds go. Plus, we need a lawnmower for spring. That's gonna be 11, 12.
Then you need, like you'll have to break down, snowplows must be 10 grand. You gotta, each snowplow is gonna have to be in your capital equipment.
Yeah.
It is.
And your
It is,
sanders, all that
it
stuff.
is,
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think, talking to Dave, he said, didn't you say the auditors have a thing that'll show you each piece of equipment and how to finance for it or save for it, however you want?
Well, we've had the list actually for many years with our current auditors. And it has equipment on there that is priced less than the current policy. It's a matter of catching up our policy with what the auditors think we ought to be tracking. And I agree with them. You know, we should track that stuff. And it gives you guys basically a one-page list of all the stuff too. So we can
Is
certainly send
yeah.
that to you.
No, who took that? Yeah.
So I know like my buddy Fred over in Newport Center for years he would put in every hour that the machines worked, you know, and then he would have the select board charge a rate for that. And that's how they established their capital reserve fund, basically. And it really worked out well. They still do it today.
Yeah, if we actually had to vote our own tax money on reserve funds, we'd definitely be real focused on the capital.
So I make a motion to accept the capital program and budget policy as written here with the changes from 100,000 to 5,000 on any expenditure for infrastructure, roads, bridges, water, wastewater distribution and collection systems costing more than it used to be 200,000, now it's 10,000. I should have started over here. Let me start over. I make a motion to accept this capital program budget policy with, those are the only changes, those two changes right there.
That's right. Yeah.
The capital expenditures for purpose of the CIP as defined as any expenditure for land improvements, buildings, building improvements, vehicles, or durable equipment costing more than, it was 100,000, now we're changing it to 5,000. And then any expenditure for infrastructure, roads, bridges, water, wastewater distribution and collection systems costing more than it was 200,000, now it's 10,000. Town treasurer shall maintain a list of capital expenditures and update this list annually, depreciating the items as appropriate in conjunction with the government accounting standards boards. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Okay, Phil, fireworks.
So North Star is doing their pre-buy again and get 10%.
Supposed to be Brittany had 7 in
7 is what we did last year, so we can either same, go up, whatever.
Well, does 7 give us the same amount of fireworks or the fireworks?
7, so.
I know the
It should
same
be-
dollar value.
It should be about the same amount as last year, this past show, just because the cost increase was in there. I haven't heard about any major cost increase this year.
I thought they were nice, shoe.
there. Does show.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Always is.
Do you think,
So it's just,
do you think that's enough? You think we're good with that?
it'll work, yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm always good for more, but.
I was happy with the show.
It's always does show around.
So we need a motion to approve to do 7,000 to North Star. And I guess I'll make that motion
Okay,
So
for the pre-buy.
Phil, pre-buy on the fireworks.
And we have the dates already set, right? For that day, so.
Yes.
Oh,
All those in favor? Aye.
Seconded that.
David.
Thank you. Okay, minutes.
We're good.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as written for Monday, December 19th, for the meeting, December 19th, 2022.
second.
All those in favor? Aye.
The annual warrants.
I think we can scratch those off because it's really not. We're missing half the invoices and
Then we're done.
I'll do that like. we
I
usually do on the
reviewed
app.
them and what I saw looked,
Well,
everything seemed okay, but there was no
yeah.
checks, but.
Yeah,
So you're gonna do that tomorrow, Deb? The
tomorrow
check-
morning.
Make sure to update that file because unless Matt didn't print them all, they weren't all there.
I printed those.
Yeah.
They should have been because they all went through my scanner on my end,
Yeah, I printed them.
but
Who knows?
I saw them all.
Doesn't-
yeah.
You?
Chris, I got numbers for
Actually,
you. I got numbers for you.
All right, we're adjourned.
I ain't been-
What time is it?
Well, enjoy it.
1956. So appropriations last year was 16,507.
I'm sorry, 16,000.
16,000.